Great, thanks so much for coming. My name is Libby Johnson. I'm the co-director of Domestic and Sexual Violence Services, and this is...
I'm Elizabeth Hickson. I'm the violence prevention educator at DSVS.
Perfect. So just a little bit about our organization. DSVS was founded by Mitzi Barachek in 1999, who you know. So we are embarking on our 27th year of services, which is pretty exciting. We serve both Carbon and Stillwater counties, and to give you an idea of just what that exactly looks like is between 150 and 200 clients per year. Those are just the folks seeking our services. We have a 24-hour fully volunteer-run helpline that's been in operation since the beginning, and we take anywhere between 700 and 800 calls. And those are anything from people seeking resources to people in crisis, or referrals from friends, family, or law enforcement. It's a big job, as you can hear, and so just want to talk to you a little bit about the ways that we go about that. So the first one is through direct service, and so direct service is our one-to-one interactions with our clients. And we try to meet them where we need. The most important foundation of what we do is safety planning. Whether you are deciding to stay in the relationship that you're in or whether you're deciding to leave. And so going through that process, sometimes we support people as little as helping them get an order of protection to all the way through. We have a transitional services program where we can support people for up to 2 years. And that might look like housing, employment, going back to school, childcare, all of the things. We have happen to have great relationships, I think, with folks in our community, and we call that our coordinated community response. And so those are all the people that help us do this work. It is too big a job to do by ourselves, and so it's really important to include all those people. And then our mission, we're meeting our mission by empowering those impacted by violence and fostering healthy relationships in every aspect of what we do. And so those partners look like law enforcement, the judicial system. Those are also school districts, churches, libraries, right? Or any other community organizations. Elizabeth and I joke and say we will literally get in front of anyone and talk about anything you want us to talk about. And we will relate it back to DSVS somehow by the end of it. And then the third way we do that is why we're here, which is our prevention education program. I'll ask Elizabeth to talk about that.
Yeah, so from the beginning, it's been important to Mitzi's mission, her view of what DSVS needs to be. It's always been her mission to try to prevent people from having to need our services, right? We don't want to always be putting out the fires. We want to, have that life preserver to throw upstream rather than, constantly be trying to help everybody after the fact, right? So in order to prevent violence in our community, we believe it's really important to teach people about healthy relationships, what they look like, and what maybe the unhealthy things look like so that they can recognize those things earlier and earlier. So we have 3 different school age curriculums. We have Power Up Speak Out, which is for 5th and 6th grade, and then we have a 7th and 8th, and we have high school. And this is basically the first lesson that we always teach our high school groups, is what you're gonna see today. And we do parenting classes, so we try to help people instill those values of healthy relationships with their kids early on. We do that through conscious discipline. That's something you can look up and see what that's all about, but we have a different facilitator come in and do that for us.
Yeah, and our intention is to tell you what to do instead of what not to do. I find that's far more effective, right, than telling you what not to do.
Yeah. Over there is our Columbus office. We have an office in Columbus and one in Red Lodge, and this is our Red Lodge office. Yeah. Okay, so no matter when Libby and I get in front of people, we're always talking about things that can bring up some emotions or life experiences that you've had, and we just want to recognize that. And by treating this content with respect, you're treating each other with respect. So one, make sure you take care of yourself in whatever way that looks like for you. If that means getting a drink or taking some deep breaths or needing to step out for a moment and come back. But we don't want you to feel like you're shunned just for having a feeling, right?
Oh, please include your feelings.
All feelings are welcome. Yes. Yeah, so let's get started with a way to cope. So we're realizing that more and more that people are not taught ways to cope if they are having feelings of distress. So some signs that content might be hitting you in a certain way could be tension in your jaw, it could be in your shoulders, or you may feel like you're taking a little bit shallower breaths than you normally do. Your body lets you know that you're having an emotional reaction to something before any emotions actually come out or before you can name them. So the best way to help yourself regulate is through deep breathing. So I wanted to teach you guys a fun deep breathing technique that you can hopefully use when you need it. So if you put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, just notice where it is that you're breathing from. Are you breathing from your chest, like is your chest hand moving? Or is your belly going in and out? You'll probably notice that when you're chilling on the couch or about to fall asleep, you're gonna be breathing all from your belly. So wherever you're at right now, try to switch it so that just your belly hand is moving. It should be going out when you're breathing in, and it sinks back in when you breathe out. So now that we've made that switch, we'll take 3 deep breaths together. Breathe in through your nose, belly goes out, and breathe out, belly goes in. Another one, breathe in, and breathe out. And one more, breathe in, and breathe out. Great, thanks for trying that one. Okay, an overview of what we're getting into tonight. So first up, we're going to talk about what is a relationship. We'll define that so that everybody knows that as we're saying relationship all the time, that we all know what that means. And then we're going to read some healthy relationship affirmations. And then we'll get into the big Post-its on the wall, and we'll get to write down our thoughts on what healthy relationships look like, sound like, feel like. And then at the end, we're going to do an activity called That's Love. So you'll get to see what that means later. All right, so we do have some new people in the room, which is so exciting. I'm going to have you give us your name and describe in one sentence what your best friend is like. So if I were to go, I would say, my name's Elizabeth, and my best friend is supportive. Okay, now Libby, go.
My name is Libby, and my best friend is super smart. Yeah.
Go ahead, we'll start over here.
And my best friend is kind.
Kind.
My name is J, and my best friend is, well, lots of things, but let's go with funny.
Funny.
Funny's good.
My best friend is inspiring.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And my best friend is my rock. It's always there.
And my best friend, I was going to use funny, but I want to say honest.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My best friend is very loyal.
Excellent.
Great.
So,
Guess what?
So all of us are in some kind of relationship all the time, and I even include the relationship that I have with myself, and that's the person you're stuck with for the rest of your life, right? So when we talk about relationships, though, we define a relationship as a connection between one or more people. So that could be your spouse, that could be your best friend, that could be your coworker, that could be all kinds of people, your children, yes, your parents, those sorts of things. When we talk to kids, we normally break it down to just peer relationships, and we explain how a peer is somebody who is at about the same amount of power as you. So when we talk about building and maintaining a healthy relationship, we narrow it down just to your peers. But all of us are in a relationship 100% of the time, and if we weren't, then we wouldn't be as connected as we are and wouldn't feel that need for connection like we do as humans. So that's what we mean by relationships. Sometimes when we say relationships, everyone goes straight to spouse or dating
romantic partner,
right?
right.
Romantic partner.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, this is fun. So I'm going to ask you to get up, and I'm going to ask you to find a partner. And I am going to ask you to stand toe to toe. So they'll give you just like one toe with one toe, or all your toes, which is very close. I'll tell you, the kids do that one. Take it toe to toe, any way you want to do it. Perfect.
Gonna touch toes.
Okay.
I was like, oh, we're on it.
So, yeah. So I'm going to ask you to look deep into your partner's eyes.
I love how you're looking at
And tell them what qualities you look for in a friend. So each take a turn. What qualities do you look for in a friend? Okay, now I'm going to ask you to choose a brand new partner. This time you're going to do palm to palm. Brand new partner, stand palm to palm.
Thanks for sharing.
One palm, two palms, however many. Palm to palm. Oh wait, no, someone has to
Oh, wow.
Both palms or one?
You can just do one. Okay. All right, you already know the first part. Look deep into your partner's eyes. And tell them the qualities that you look for in a dating partner or a romantic partner. What do you look for in that? Pick a new partner. This time you're knee to knee. Knee to knee. One knee, two knees, side knees. Okay. Now I want you to look deep into your partner's eyes. And I want you to tell them, I want you to talk to them about a relationship that you admire. Great, thanks for doing that. Okay, I would love to invite someone to share a quality they look for in a friend. Something that you talked about with your first friend. Or that you yourself look for.
Like people who are good at holding space without dumping or talking about themselves.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Being truthful and reliable.
Truthful and reliable.
Making you feel comfortable.
Yes. Yep. Super important.
Being able to like listen and empathize without like having to problem solve. I mean,
Yeah.
just like being
How
that
to fix it.
Presence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we start talking about the qualities we look for in a dating or a romantic partner, are those different? If so, how?
Mostly the same for me.
Mostly the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
It works.
That's what my partner said.
Anything that came up that was maybe different?
It was almost like deeper in a way, like some of the stuff that we talked about, or like the stuff
Okay.
that you were saying specifically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of going through like this class right now. Like this subject has been coming up in like many different areas of like the programs I'm working.
Okay.
So like we're discussing like negotiables and non-negotiables.
Yep.
I think, for me, the list is the same as smart, funny, kind. But the stakes are higher,
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
so much higher in an intimate one-on-one relationship. Yeah.
I kept saying like, well, as I get older, I've realized how this is important in a romantic relationship. Whereas like, I don't think the demands I have from a best friend have like changed that much. But in a romantic relationship, it's like, ooh, you gotta be flexible with each other. You gotta let each other grow, but you have to still be like consistent and
Learn new things with it.
and you have to go through some really hard things and come out the other side. So it feels heavier.
When you talked about, you have to have a vibe.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the reasons where people often talk about, like, I don't know if I have the energy to do that again. Right? Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and it is different. That is sometimes why people leave a relationship and don't get back into one, or why they stay. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then talk to me about a relationship that you would admire and why. I think that says a lot.
My parents, because they make it look easy.
Oh!
It's almost tragic. They set my brother and I up to think like, oh, it's always easy. You're always each other's best friend and favorite companion. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the ones, it was the same for me, the ones that I see, they're like best friends. But like the friendship is the base.
Yeah,
of the relationship.
absolutely.
Mine was my grandparents.
Okay.
They talk about when they first met, and my grandpa was so handsome, and he had a nice car, and those are the things that I really liked. And now they're in their like late 80s, and they're like my grandma put like the syrup in the freezer and couldn't find it, and they're leaving the stove on, but they're like cracking up and
Right.
enjoying.
Right. Look at us. Look at us go. That's wonderful.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
I think the relationship I admire is the one I'm starting to rekindle with my sister.
Nice. Okay.
We talked about that, coming back from a betrayal of trust.
Yes.
Coming back from a big
I can really.
trough is one of the most startling things.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Great. Thank you for your willingness to share that. We're going to do some healthy relationship affirmations. If you would, what comes to mind when I say affirmation? What do you think about?
Positive self-talk.
Positive self-talk, right? Any other ideas about that?
I think about those Jack Handy things from Saturday Night Live back in the day. And then the Snoop Dogg ones that he recorded for his
Yes.
grandchildren. Those are like the two examples that spring to mind.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think about these as the things that we deserve. And again, we're interested in talking what to do instead of what not to do. We're interested in talking about what you deserve to have in your life. So I'm going to just read through these really quick. I'm going to ask you to read them out loud. We're going to go around because we also know when we talk to folks, it's very helpful to say it out loud and to hear it out loud. Okay? And if you have a long, arduous quote, you don't need to read that. But please tell us sort of like the topic or the main theme at the top and then read it. I can start. My first one is honesty. And I've already heard that. I speak my truth. I am honest with myself. I am honest in my relationships about my feelings, needs, boundaries, and intentions, even when it's challenging.
Okay, so we'll just do one and then we'll
We'll
come
go
back
down
around
again.
and do our second one. Okay. Mine is love. I deserve love, the beautiful kind of love that makes me feel good. I demonstrate love through my actions.
Fairness. I am fair in my relationships. My current or future partner, Mark and I make decisions as a team and create space for our individual voices and needs to be heard. Our relationship is balanced.
Compassion. I deserve loving and compassionate relationships with myself and with the world. I practice compassion through my words and actions.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm shy. Boundaries, setting and expressing my boundaries is important in creating healthy relationships and is essential to my well-being. I know my boundaries and I express them clearly in my relationships.
Thank you. Boundaries. So important.
Mutual respect. Respect is the heart of love. I am respectful in my relationships. My current or future partner and I share a mutual admiration for one another. We root for each other and we care about and listen to each other's thoughts, feelings, and ideas.
Perspective. I acknowledge my current or future partners' feelings and thoughts when we have different perspectives on the same situation. I seek to understand their perspective and not invalidate their feelings.
I have trust. I value and demonstrate trust in my relationships. I trust myself and my current or future partner. We know that we could never intentionally cause harm to one another and that we both value each other and our boundaries.
Consent. I embody consent in my relationships and check in regularly. My partner and I talk about our wants, desires, and boundaries. We ask, what will make you feel good? What are you into? If we want to try something new, we talk about it and we listen to and respect each other's boundaries. I know I can make a difference and create a more consent-centered culture, starting with myself and my relationships.
Consent. Okay, I have balance. I give my body and mind what I need to feel 100%. I find balance in my life, prioritizing what fuels and grounds me as I navigate my multiple responsibilities. I prioritize self-care in my relationships. I support and encourage my husband to engage in self-care.
Safety. I deserve to feel safe in my relationships. No one deserves to ever experience emotional, physical, and or sexual abuse. If I ever experience harm, I know it's not my fault and that I deserve support and resources.
Thoughtfulness. I am thoughtful in my relationships. I reflect on everyday things I can do to show my love and appreciation for others. Small acts of kindness make the world of difference.
Communication. I actively listen and engage in compassionate and supportive communication with my partner. We learn about each other's love languages and communication styles. When issues arise, we are respectful to one another and take the time to resolve our conflicts instead of ignoring or dismissing them.
I allow myself to be vulnerable. There's so much strength in letting someone see me in all my complex layers. Vulnerability attracts a deep connection with people, which will make my relationships stronger.
Thank you. I love that line about all of your complex layers. Yep.
Individuality. I'm allowed to be my own person in a relationship and still maintain my identity outside relationships. My current or future partners and I respect each other's unique and different interests and create space for us to spend time with others we love.
Connection. I feel a sense of connection in my relationships. And I am going to read the quote because it's Brene Brown.
Okay.
Oh, yes, have to then.
Connection is the energy that exists between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, when they can give and receive without judgment, and when they derive sustenance and strength from the relationship.
Support. I deserve to feel supported in my relationships. Sorry. I'm old, I think. My current or future partner and I believe in ourselves and one another. We encourage each other to grow and support one another's goals, passions, and dreams.
Affection. I am worthy of time, love, care, and affection.
Can we get a copy of all these?
Yes. Before we go into your graffiti activity, I'm just going to tell you this comes from our Power Up Speak Out curriculum, and these are the things, and these are interchangeable to us and work for any of your relationships. So they're kind of a checklist, right? So in healthy relationships, I get to be myself. In a healthy relationship, I treat others well. In a healthy relationship, I can say no. And very importantly, in a healthy relationship, you have fun.
And notice that all of our healthy relationship statements start with the same word, because I is the only person that you can control, right? You can't control what others do, but you can control your own actions and reactions to things. But we're going to get some ideas from you guys on these 4 relationship statements. So we have posters around. Number 1 is over here, and then 2 starts back towards where you saw the bathrooms, and then 3, and then 4 is right behind Sam. So I'm going to give you a number. You go to the poster with that number, and you'll brainstorm with your partner for about a minute and a half, and then we will read through them together. Okay, let's see what everyone has shared. So, number 1 matches up with our first healthy relationship statement. I get to be myself. So, what does it look or feel like to be yourself in a relationship? We said freedom, safety at the same time. See, freedom plus safety, okay. Smiling, relaxed, happy, comfortable, conversation, high self-esteem, genuine, and it feels good and healthy. Great. It's important to know how that is supposed to feel. What can you do to make someone feel like they can be themselves? Being open and vulnerable allows others to also be that. I think that's what our vulnerability card said, right? Comfort, non-judgmental, that's a big one. Empathy, and no judgy judge. No judgy judge. AKA non-judgmental, right? Be accepting and be your own self. Oh, I like that. We don't get that one very often. Okay, second one matches up with I treat others well. What can you do to treat others well? Be caring and genuine, show kindness, smile, be friendly, learn what they need or they like. Consensual hugs. Yeah, not just hugs. Not everybody's okay with hugs. You gotta ask. Be attentive, listen. We would call that active listening, right? Respect, be thoughtful, listen, shake hands, sure, and more hugs. Love it. How does it make you feel when you are treated well by others? Valued, like I matter. That's a good one. Important, recognized, loved with your heart. Thank you. Loved, happy, excited, validated, important, happy, joy, and heard. Love that one. Okay. Number 3 is over here. This one is my favorite to show to kids because it is so often that we have to talk about, you know, how we react when we feel rejection, because they're going to experience plenty of rejection in their lives, like we all know. Okay, so what are some healthy ways to say no in a relationship? The one that you guys missed was just no.
Yeah.
Like, it's healthy to just say no. You don't have to say no, thank you. You don't have to say please no. Like, sometimes it needs to be a pretty firm no in order to keep yourself healthy. But if you're trying to be polite, no thank you. I'm not up for it. I don't feel comfortable with that. That's one that I personally use a lot. I can't do that right now. We can talk more about it. Okay, so there needs to be more of a back and forth in your decision. That's a great point. No, I'm not comfortable or okay with that. I apologize, but I cannot. Okay.
This is a room of women, so
I know
we have to apologize and give a caveat or
That's why I told you that up front. Like,
why. Yeah.
we're self-aware now. We're self-aware.
If you guys get voices, they're like, nah.
what are some healthy ways to react when someone says no to you? Smile, it's okay / fine, just accept it, love that. Or say, I understand, it's okay. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Love that one, we have to use that one. That's okay, thank you, I appreciate your time. Like, there's been times where I've asked, can I give you a hug? And they say no, and they feel all bad about it. And I'm like, that's why I asked. So that's why I asked would be mine. Okay, number 4. It's important to have fun in a relationship because there's no point in being in one with somebody if you're not having fun with them. We tell them all the time, like we tell teenagers all the time, like that can be your only reason for breaking up with somebody is that you're just not having fun. So, what does it look, sound, or feel like to have fun in a relationship? So there's laughing, smiling, joking, feeling comfortable, respectful, positivity, God, faith, peace, love, joy, safe, calm, joy. If you can't be happy, be funny. I feel like that's a quote from something. Fabulous, and laughter. And how can you tell if someone is having fun with you? So they're wanting to hang out with you, they're smiling, their body language is reciprocated. I love that, that's great. Eye contact and touch, their words, right? They'll tell you they're having fun. Comfortable, open body language, and laughter. We don't get the body language piece a lot from kids, which is interesting. Sometimes we've seen them say, you could just ask them, like, are you having fun? Right?
Just text them.
Yeah. Yes, so snap them.
Yeah, some other app for that.
Okay, we don't quite have time for the hashtag That's Not Love, but we love the One Love Foundation. You can look them up. It's a great resource to find healthy relationship things if you're wanting to learn more. But now we've got a little challenge for you, and it's called That's Love, and we do this with all our high schoolers. Here's some of our high schoolers doing it. So we have these posters, and we're going to have expo markers, and you can finish the phrase, because I love you, blank, and you can come up with however you want to finish that sentence. So we have some examples up here, but the example I always give is, because I love you, I will ask for consent.